Well, Sally, thanks very much for inviting us.
Oh, thank you for coming.
I have to say, this is a wonderfully relaxing little area.
Well, that's what it was meant to be. It's basically a downsized retirement.
I'm interested in ground covers because you wanted to use ground covers to make life easy.
Exactly. I love ground covers. As you can see, I've used several of them, although I can't take all the credit. A lot of them were here before I came.
Excellent. I'm going to have a quick wander around there and kind of show the viewers what you have on the tour to show them.
Wonderful.
Well, one of the most popular ground covers used in the US is Pachysandra. It's not a native plant, it's actually a Japanese Pachysandra, Pachysandra terminalis. But look how dense it creates a carpet. There's no way any weeds can get amongst it all. So I'm not opposed to it, but there comes a point where just how much you need. But Sally has already said she wants no weeding to be done, and you can see this swath has really taken the weeding out. A few ferns have crept down below. The other classic ground cover used in America is the myrtle or Vinca minor. There's a wonderful patch of it over here. Let me go and show it to you. Well, here's the other classic. This is Vinca minor or myrtle. It is a gorgeous ground cover when it grows well. It has to be in the shade. We're underneath a canopy of hemlock, eastern hemlock, and just look at the color green there. That deep green is just absolutely remarkable. In spring, it's a carpet of lighter blue. Really beautiful. In fact, I think there's actually a little one flower left on it. Why it's flowering now towards July, I have no idea. So there you go. Vinca minor in the right position can do very well. If you put it in the wrong place, you'll be forever waiting for it to grow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here in the left-hand corner, we have Pachysandra terminalis. A bit of a heavyweight, a bit of an old veteran of this game. And then my right-hand side, another veteran, Vinca minor, periwinkle. Two fighting contestants, and the battle here will commence. Sorry about that, but I couldn't resist. But here we have two prime ground covers fighting it out to see which one will be the best. And at the moment, we can't tell who's going to be the winner. Well, this ground cover has a very pretty name, Snow in the Summer, and you can see why with the pretty white edge. However, it is a bit of a thug, to say the least. In Europe, where I come from, ground elder is a dreadful weed, and you can see it has reverted to a solid green form, and it has spread, gets so devastating. The roots, these stolons that move underground, spread everywhere. When you try and pull it up, you leave little bits of root there, and it comes back with a vengeance till it dominates the landscape. So snow in the summer, Agapodium, I would avoid it at all cost. Well, I particularly like this little cluster. This is Miscanthus florigula, or florigulus, I think, the giant Miscanthus. In full sun, it could get to like 12, 13 feet tall. Here it gives a kind of a bamboo effect in the partial shade, but look what she does with the stalks. Rather than cut it down and burn it or compost it, over here she's gathered them all together and kind of made these little sculptural things around the base of hemlocks. Kind of interesting. Well, some of you are probably saying, oh, Pachysandra, I've got enough of it, but you can spice it up a little bit, like here. The foxglove has seeded itself and will pop up amongst the Pachysandra and give you some little dynamic color change during the early part of summer. Well, thank you ever so much, Sally. I had a lovely trip around your yard.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
It's cooling us down on a hot summer's day. Oh, this is the garden to head towards.
It's the sound of the waterfall.
Absolutely, and the cool evergreen trees. Really, really nice. Anyway, I must go on. I've got a lot more to see.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Now, don't go away. You can put your walking shoes on a bit later on. We've got one more garden to look at after the break.